Okay, Sunil sir, I think we can start.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So, just a quick recap. On day one, we went through the DOMO fundamentals and architecture. On day two, we have checked the connectors, different type of connectors, like a specific connector, general connectors, uh, custom connector, and the write back connector, and also the DOMO workbench. On day three, yesterday, we checked how to use the Magic ETL in practicals. You have also seen the how to create a dashboard, how to create the App Studio. Today, we are going to check the governance toolkits and the access managed and security. So, to give you the information on the access management and security, the grant based roles, DOMO administrators have the fine grained control over rights and abilities of user roles within the DOMO system. Roles can be tuned to fit the user needs and security consideration. DOMO takes access and security very seriously, and from the ground up, it's been built tools in place that allow us to give access to just who needs it and allow them to see what they need to see. And some of the things like allow us to do things like the grant based roles. When we talk about this, you can think of it as a permission to give something to inside of DOMO. It might be permission to view cards, it might be permission to create a data flow, it might be permission to create the connectors and connect to the third party system. So if you can remember, on day one or day two, we asked you to connect to the app store, but because multiple faculty members have the participant level role, therefore they were not able to connect it. When Swati ma'am changed your role from participant to editor, at that time multiple users can then connect to the app store and create the data sets. So likewise, we can assign the roles to user. The administrator can do this, or whoever is inviting you to the instance, they can do this, and they can assign you the roles. And based on the role, you can do the things inside Domo. So we can say this role, whatever we call this role, has the grants assigned to it. So anybody that is of the role can do this thing. So we can really fine tuned and grained on the control that we allow there, what we want people to be able to do inside of Domo. So this functionality we want them to have inside Domo. Uh, so show you in the instance, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see Domo screen?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sunil.
Okay, just a second. Okay, so we are in the instance. So let's go. You are on the dashboard when you log into the instance. If you click on more, go to admin, then this window will come up. So this is in the admin. Under the governance, you will see people, groups, and roles. If you click on roles, these are the five default role present in the instance: social, participant, editor, privileged, admin. So social user only have access to the limited to the social feature. So there are total 99 features are available, or grants are available in Domo. Out of 99, only two grants is given to the social user. So initially we had given you the only participant level role access, but later we changed that to editor. To participant is only have the option to read only access to cards and pages, and here in the editor can edit the cards, pages, data sets, and data flows. Privileged have full access except for editing users and setting owners, and admin have full access to everything. If you want to check what grants they have, we can click on this editor, and then you can see it is showing you information in detail. So like company administration, there is no any grants are given to editor user for the company administration. Users and groups, they do not have any grants. Social, again, there is no grants for editor user. For DOMO apps, they can create, edit, upload the DOMO apps, and also they can view the custom apps that which they have access. So for example, on my screen I can see Nitin Kumar. If Krishna sir have shared one of the DOMO app with Nitin Kumar sir, so they can see that app only. They cannot see other apps that they do not have access. If they have created any, then they can see that. Likewise, the cards and pages, they can create cards, they can create a dashboard, they can create an app studio, and I think they can export it as well. Yes, export from Domo is also option available. So they can email it, print, PowerPoint, CSV, and Excel. This is the options are available. On the data side, create data in AppDB. They can also create a data set. They can export the data set. They can create the data set account. So you pulled the data from Google Sheets into a Domo. But before pulling the data, you have also created the account in Domo to connect to the Google Sheet. So here the create dataset account grant is also given to the editor user. You can also download the workbench that we have seen in the connector, that you can download the workbench. You can install the workbench on your on premises or on your local machine. Then you can also create the data flows, edit the data flows, and delete the data flows that you have created or you have access. You can also use the AutoML models on the data flows. Those are running, or the data sets, those are creating by using the data flow data sets. You can also use the Magic ETL, create a Jupyter workspace, create a file share directories. Editor user can also create alerts, edit alerts, and share alerts. So you can share or edit the alerts uh, between you as well. So for example, Nitin Kumar sir can share the alerts with me or Garima ma'am. They can also request the certification. So for example, uh, if you have created a card and you want it to go through the certification process, where the administrator or the who is the administrator or a major domo certified, they can go through your card or data set. They will check each and every point in your card whether it is correct or not, and then that card or dashboard will get certified. To put it on the card can be put on the dashboard, or it can be shared with uh, stakeholders. Then the app store, yes, that we have seen that editor user can check or can access the app store. The marketplace, they do not have the access of marketplace goals, Domo everywhere, pipeline executive. They cannot manage the connector. They cannot create the connectors. They cannot delete the connectors. They can create the dataset, but they cannot create the connectors. They do not have access of the sandbox, code engine, workbench enterprise. Those are new tools or features. They can create a new forms. They can create a new task in queues. AI chat, AI service layer, they have access. So if you can see my cursor, this is the AI chat new button that you can also see in the Domo instance. When you log into the Domo instance, you can see this button. This is the AI chat. So API, create API auth clients. that also editor user can do. So any question on this? Feel free to put your question in chat. Krishna sir and Swati ma'am, we have uh, Krishna sir and Swati ma'am, we have uh, admin level access. So therefore, we can see everything in the DOMO instance. We can access each and every feature in the DOMO instance.
At this point, I want to add something in terms of the difference between admin access and there is access which is a role called custom role. Now, the difference between, or most of the times, how we have seen customers using or our clients using this feature is, say, suppose you want to give somebody a full access, but then you don't want to give them the rights to edit the instance or the instance features as such. So what you do is you create a custom role. In the custom role, you would add as many grants or as many access you would like to. However, a custom role will never have the full, I would use that word, super user access, wherein they have access to everything. So administrators should be very careful and very thoughtful before giving access to somebody as a admin. We usually say that there should be at least two admins in an instance, probably not more than that. And all other roles who might be of a super user type, they should have access of, say, custom role. And in that custom role, you can give as many grants as you can. Sunil sir, if you want to add something to this.
Yeah. So just want to add into this. So, for example, uh, there is a use case that we want to create a custom role that is between participant and editor. So participant can read only access to cards and pages. Editor can create and edit cards and pages, data set and data flows. If we have a use case, so the user can create cards, pages, data set, but cannot create data flows. If that is a use case, then if you can see my cursor here, we have a button new role. If you click on it, then you can give so first is a create new roles based on the current role. So we will select the current role as a editor. The new role, we can give it as the name, we can say test. The description is FDP test role. We will click it on a save. Okay, it will take us to grants. Now here we can edit the grants. So it will give us the access to edit the grants. So we are allowing them to use a DOMO apps. We are allowing them to create cards, pages. They can edit the data set, but they cannot export it. Okay, we want this. We do not want them to give the function to export the data. They can download the workbench. They cannot edit the data flow. We do not want this permission to give to the new users. They cannot edit the magic ETL v2 data flow. They cannot create the Jupyter workspace. They can use alerts. They cannot create the workflow. Just an example. And when we save this, so here you can see this 5 grants is removed. We click it on a save. So you can see this test role is created now, and we can add people in this role then. We can select any user and we can add that user and change their role from editor to test role then. Does anyone have any question on this custom role? I will take it as a no.
Sunil sir,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
this social has access limited to social feature.
Mm-hmm.
That means they cannot access any particular functionality.
They cannot access anything. They can only see buzz if I open this social user, and if
Mm.
I check their grants, if I scroll down, they can only see buzz function, and they can only see alerts. They can only use alerts, create, edit, and share alerts, and they can only see buzz feature.
Buzzes
Yeah.
that will
Yes.
just publicize everything, right? Only the
Yeah, they can
display thing.
only, yes, they can only communicate with other users, like this buzz feature we have here.
Yeah.
So they will use this, and they can only see alerts or create alerts,
Okay.
but they cannot see this governance or admin. They cannot see this menu icon that is present on the top. They cannot see anything.
Icons are also not visible, right?
No, no.
Okay. Only buzz option is visible and they can only
Yeah, they can only
see that.
create alerts. Yes.
Okay.
So there will be only one window. The alert window will be a special there, and they can only see that.
Okay.
Okay, any does anyone else have any question? Okay, so next we will discuss about the SSO integration. So for the authentication, if we want to check the access control, because we are discussing the access control and management, therefore we are discussing this SSO single sign-on feature. The SSO will allow users to go through the authentication process. This is something that is configured in the identity IDP, that is an identity provider. So on the customer side or a user side, there is an identity provider tools is available. For example, Azure. On the Azure IDP, they will configure all these features. They will add users in those IDP, and the DOMO will only connect with IDP. So let me open this. Why I'm not able to open it? Final entry. Okay, so you can see this is the identity provider. This is a configuration that you will do in DOMO. So you will add the identity provider endpoint URL. You will add entity ID. This information, the identity provider admin will provide you easily. There will be a X509 certificate that is available to authenticate the request between DOMO and your IDP. So that certificate will get uploaded here. The information to your IDP may need. So here you can see the DOMO entity ID is the URL of the DOMO instance, the SAML assertion endpoint. So that means the authentication SAML. So SAML, what SAML will give you? The SAML will give you the information of the user attributes, or it will do the, if it is doing the handshake with your IDP or not. So that information will provide you in the SAML. This is the DOMO X509 certificate. So this is a downloadable certificate. So IDP user or the IDP admin will download this certificate and upload it on the IDP site. So it will get easily authenticate with between DOMO and IDP. In the settings, you will see just in time user provisioning. So whether users can come from only the authorized domain or any domain. So you can see, because here we have added you, so it is allowing to all domains, and the SSO integration is also here. So we are using DOMO authentication screen while logging into the instance. If we add to skip to IDP, then it will skip to IDP. Means whenever you add the URL, the DOMO URL in the browser, and if you click on the sign in, then it will directly take you to the IDP. or the where your IDP is present, that URL it will take you to. So there you need to add your username, password, and any Microsoft authentication that you want to do there. Here the logout URL is also present. Whenever you click on the logout button, that time it will take you to the logout URL. Here the sign in authentication request. So you can read here that determines whether the DOMO authentication request to your IDP are signed. Depending on your IDP configuration, signing and signature verification may not be required. DOMO authentication requests are signed in using this DOMO certificate. So if while configuring this SAML SSO, you can check this different boxes and you can configure your settings accordingly you want. So these are some advanced setting that they have added. This was not present before. I think they have added this now. So what this SAML and IDP will do, it will send the assertion attributes while configuring. So it will ask a question. The IDP will ask question to uh, DOMO will ask question to IDP. For example, Krishna sir is using the Okta configuration, the SAML SSO while entering into the instance. So DOMO will ask Okta that is Krishnath Pawar is a valid user to enter into the system or not. It will check the assertion attributes. It will check all the attributes of Krishnath Pawar, whether he is a valid user. He will check his username, password, email ID, what in which groups he is present. Is he present in the valid groups or the user groups or not? If he is not present in those groups, the valid groups, then he cannot log into the instance. So it will check those information in the identity provider, and then only he can log in to the instance. So SAML SSO is very important whenever you want the extra authentication layer in your system or in your instance. Does anyone have any question on this SAML SSO?
Sunil sir, sorry to interrupt. What is
Yes.
Okta?
Okta is another identity provider like Azure.
Okay, like it requires any verification?
Yes, you will configure your identity provider, means you will create groups and you will add a user in those groups. You will create the attributes for the user. Like you configure your identity provider system wholly there. Then it will get configured with DOMO. So DOMO will then talk with your Okta or Azure. It will do the handshake, like all the API configuration will be there, and then only it will check all the assertion attribute if the user are valid or not. Then only it will get those user enter into the system.
Got it. Thank
Now,
you.
do we want to go just one step back and just a recall? I know everyone knows about this, but just a recall about how authorization and authentication works in an ecosystem.
Yeah, please go ahead because I'm also confused a little bit. That's why I'm asking questions. So if we can repeat this particular process now, Okta thing and all, so it will be
Okay.
beneficial. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to do it in a very simplistic way. This is completely non-technical.
Okay.
I'll try to explain this in a layman's language. Always, we have three entities or three parties when a authorization or authentication process works. There is there is you who is trying to access a system. There is one provider who is actually having that platform, like Domo. Domo is one platform. I'm trying to access Domo. To do that, I have a third party, which is an identity provider, which we call the IDP. So the SSO happens through the IDP. I will try to access DOMO. Once I'm trying to access DOMO, I'm actually going through the IDP. So Okta is one of the IDPs who will authorize you, who will first authenticate you and then authorize you to actually access DOMO. So usually if you have seen SSOs, single sign-ons, how they work is once a token has been generated by the IDP, that token is shared between you and the actual provider or actual application service provider. Once they know this token is valid, then they will let you access that application how many number of times you want to access it, or how many subcomponents of that application you want to access. It will not ask you to do re-logins every time. So that's how the single sign-on works. And Okta is one of the IDP providers. Hope that explains, or I can brag a little bit more about it. Anyone has any questions or would like some more explanation on this? You're able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay,
think there is no question, sir.
cool. Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Yes. So next we will discuss about the group management. So let's go back to the admin. Under the governance, you can see groups. So there are different types of groups are present in the instance that will allow or help to access the DOMO objects in the instance. So I always prefer to share the content with the groups instead of sharing with individual user. So it will help, for example, if XYZ people leaves the organization and you have shared the 100 of objects that with that person, if you want to revoke that access, so you need to go through each and every object and then remove that person from that object. So for example, if you have shared the data set, just an example, this clean sales data, if you have shared this data set with me, like Sunil Shinde, and you have given me, for example, can edit access. And now I have left the organization and you want to revoke that access uh, from Sunil Shinde, then you need to come to this data set and you need to come here again and then remove me from here, then close. So instead of doing this, what always prefer to add a person in the group, for example, a Keystone FDP participant. If this data set, clean sales data, is shared with Keystone FDP participants, and if uh, for example, Krishna Pawar sir is admin and he remove me from this group only, it will remove Sunil Shinde's access from each and every object that it is shared with him. There are four type of groups. So first is a closed group. So let me show you. If I click on new group, I will give name as test group. Select group type. You can see the open group is a informal group. Any member can invite other member. Means it is an open group. You can add any person. You can invite any. It is open for all. It is not closed. That's what it is saying. The name it is indicating that is an open group. Closed group, only owners can invite the other members. So only owner and admin user, means admin have access of that group, or if he's added only in that group, then admin and owner can only invite the other members in the instance, and only they can oh sorry, only the owner can delete the closed group. Admin user can also not delete the closed group. Only owner can delete that. Dynamic group is based on condition or criteria. Can only people get added into the dynamic group. Only owner and there is a specific criteria that will be written for this dynamic group. Then only those users will get added into it. There is a one more group, that is a directory group. We have just seen the SSO part. Uh, so on the identity provider side, there is a group that they have created, and all the users or the required users have added in that group. The users that are logging into the DOMO instance, only those user will get added in the directory group. So there is a directory group that are importing users from your IDP into a DOMO. Does anyone have any questions on groups?
No, sir. It
Okay.
was pretty clear. Yeah.
Then we will go on I want to show you the activity log, how activity log looks like. So activity log is like DOMO stats, or you can say each and every activity of each and every individual user, whether you have any role like a social role, admin role, or whoever, whatever role you have, uh, what you are doing into the instance is everything is get logged into this activity log. So you can see when I have clicked on the clean sales data set, so this activity is also logged here. Varat Deshpande, he's taking the overview page, then sales performance, then he's viewed the dataset, clean sales, then date filter. He have added, updated. Now he's viewing the sales performance page again. That all the activity logs, whether he's a admin user or editor user or participant user, whatever user and whatever he's doing into the instance, wherever he's clicking or refreshing, that all activity is get logged into this activity log. Admin user can also export the activity log to investigate if any content is get deleted and that was on the production, just an example. So at that time we can also investigate here, so we can apply the date filter here. So for example 12 to 19, that is my filter for person, for example Sunil Shinde. And the type, for example type is card. So you can see this is the activity that I have filtered to. So just an example event is a shared card or view card. So I will scroll here, view it. So I will see this. So I have viewed from 12 to 19. I have viewed this two card, sample superstore and calendar heat map. Does anyone have any question on this activity log?
Sunil sir, is there any option to download this activity log and convert it into a card?
Yes. So let me go to the App Store
I mean,
then.
I'm just curious if we
Yeah.
can like do that.
Yes, we can
Uh,
do this. So there is a data set that is created by Domo for the governance that we are going to discuss in a second. So there is
okay.
a data set that is called as Domo stats. So Domo stats is giving you the information about each and every objects that are present or features present in the Domo instance. So for example, this is the Domo stats activity log app. I am just downloading this app and I want to show you.
Okay.
So it will create automatically, it will pull the data set into a Domo data warehouse, and also it will create cards and dashboard. So I will click on this Git. It is creating app. You can also pull the data sets only instead of creating whole app. I want to show you how the app will get create. Therefore, I'm using this.
Because I have seen in the activity log on the, I think, right hand corner, there's a option called export CSV.
Yeah.
So I was like, we can directly export a CSV file from there and we can add it and then we do visualization and create a card. Is that can be a process or
No, there is a data set also present. The
okay.
activity log data set is also present there. So if I click on connect, so it is connecting to data set. So you can see this is the dashboard that is present in the Domo stats activity log. If I open the most active users, then you can see who is the most active users. These charts are present in the analyzer. So you can see Sunil, Krishna, Swati, Bharat, Tarun, uh, Hiral, Tarak, Kanchan, Hansa, Pranjali, Vikram Singh, Balchandra. These are all the activities in the instance.
So
And
like depends on the activity, the size of that particular name is like
yes, yes,
okay,
you are right.
highlighted.
You can also see by content. I will request to do not delete this dashboard or cards. I will share this dashboard with all the users. I want to also show you the data set that is present on the activity log. So you can see the app have pulled two data sets, people and activity log. If I click on this activity log, if go to the data, then you will see this all detailed information are present here. The user ID, type is user, the source, what is a username, action they have done, what was the object, whether it is a page, customer, license page, or the card, account, AI chat, collections, data flow, data set. These all objects are present here. What is the object ID? So each and every object present in the Domo instance, they have that have the ID. What was the user IP address, event time, device, whether it is a desktop device, mobile device, the browser information, event ID, client ID. This all detailed information is present here.
Okay.
Does anyone have any question on this?
Uh, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So, sir, I wanted to ask, what sort of activity or what is the actual role a Domo administrator would perform based on all this data that you have shown, or probably all the extensions and all the applications that are present in the App Store?
Uh, can you give me more information on your question, Varas, sir, please?
So, I mean, I wanted to understand in a real scenario what sort of activity a Domo administrator would be performing on a daily basis.
So, Domo administrator will perform, for example, they will check if you specifically discussing about the administrator. So they can create, means they can pull based on the use case or the scenario. They can pull the data set from the data sources, for example Snowflake, pull that into a Domo, create a data flow on top of it, share that data set with the groups. So just an example, there is a data engineer group or the data scientist group that I want to share that data set with them. I will share that data set with the groups. I will perform the transformation on top of it, whether if that data set is not clean, I will decide based on the use case whether to create the SQL data flow or which data warehouse to select, whether it can be Domo or a Snowflake data warehouse. Based on the credits, I will decide, I will take that decision with discussion with the group, and I will create a transformation on top of it. I will create the dashboards on top of it, and then that dashboard will share with the will go through each and every person. We will share that dashboard with the will show that dashboard to the stakeholder, and based on that they will decide if that dashboard needs second iteration, means any changes needs to be done in that. If they want any specific cards or more cards, if the design is needs to be changed of the dashboard and cards, based on that we will change that, and then again we will go through all the process. We will show them the dashboards and card, then they will again decide whether it needs to be changed or not. And on the transformation magic ETL side, we will discuss with the data specialist on the customer side. We will discuss with them the business logic, or stakeholders, the end user. We will discuss the business logic with them. Accordingly, we will add all the logics in the transformation tool, the magic ETL or SQL, and the output of the data set, that is on top of it we are creating cards and dashboard. We will check the numbers, if those numbers are matching with what they are expecting or what they are want or not. If the numbers are not correct, then again we will go through the transformation, check every each and every logic, and then again we will change that. Does that answer your question, Varas sir?
Yes, yes.
Do you have any question on this activity log data set or app? Does anyone have any question on this?
Uh, Sir, just one more question, but not based on this activity log.
Mhm. Yes.
You initially showed us all the governance options, right? So only admin will be able to perform any actions based on all the options available in governance section, or is it that any other role can also perform if we create a custom role?
So based on the grants, those are assigned to you. So for example, if you come to this admin section, uh, if you come here, then editor user might not able to see all the options that I can see here. So if you can go to the more and admin, then you can see you might not able to see the sandbox or the SSO or the Domo everywhere tab. So you might see that the different options present are there. So it is depend not only on role, but what grants are assigned to you. So let me go here in the governance toolkit and I will show you uh, dataset backup. If I open this, so these are the governance toolkit. I'm just taking example of dataset backup. I clicked on help and this will open the knowledge base article. So required grants. So if you have this grant, create custom pipeline process and administer a custom pipeline process, then you can access the governance toolkit, and under the in the governance toolkit you can access dataset backup. If you have these grants, even if the custom role have these grants, then they can also access this. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, yes. So basically, even if we have a custom role, we need to give those grants for that specific role to perform those actions.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, now we are in the governance toolkit, so I think we can discuss this. So governance is something that we use on daily basis, not on a daily basis, but it is required in the instance to take the decision to made and implement the guide and control the organization and the society or the institution that you are using this tool you are using into. So we use the governance toolkit to give the access or manage the objects present in the domo instance. Uh, so for example, it is a best practice that the content that is present or the objects are present in the domo instance, if we are not using it, so we can delete those objects from the instance. So it will get execute faster, and it will not cost more money to the end user. So to do the automation and do the work easy, we are using the governance toolkit. So if we are discussing now, we will discuss now about the governance toolkit. Firstly, we will discuss about the schema management. If I click on this help button, it will take me to the knowledge base article. So schema management will help to clone the connector, clear the data, and update the schema of the data set. So if I give you the example of just an example, add data set, so owned by Sunil Shinde. So it will filter to my name. So I'm selecting this test data set. Then you can see when I open this data set, it is showing me the schema, that is a column name, column type. I can change this column type. So for example, ID is a long. I can change this to string. I can also change this dataset type. Currently, it is a web form. I can change this to large file upload. So you can see this icon is changed from DOMO web form to large file upload. When I save this will give me the warning. This is asking me this update will add 0 new rows, columns, and rename 0 columns. Update only 1 column type. There is no impact to downstream content. Do you want to perform this or not? This is asking you question, so this action cannot be undone. Continue. This is again asking you, do you want to do this or not? So we will type confirm. Uh, Domo have added this option, so you just need to make sure whether you want to do this or not, because sometime user do just for testing purpose, they uh, change the content on the production or a QA data set as well. So therefore we have added these options just to confirm whatever you are doing, do you want to confirm and proceed or not. Update data set. So now if I go to test data set, if I open this, then you can see this data set is changed from Domo web form to large file upload. If I go to data, the ID initially was a number, it is changed now to string. Next, we will discuss the dataset backup. So dataset backup allows you to back up the DOMO dataset to your Amazon S3 server. So to use this dataset backup tool, the governance tool, oh, where it is, uh, let me close this. So before using the dataset backup, we need to add the Amazon S3 account into this Domo instance. So where you can add this, you need to go to the data. Then on the left side, you can see this key icon that is a account. So to create the connector data set, you also need to add account here. So you pull the data from your Google Sheets into a Domo. So at that time, your account will get created here. Because even if I am admin, because you have not shared that account with me, therefore I cannot see your accounts as well. So if only you share that account with me, then only, even if I am an admin user, I can only see them. So from where you can add an account, you just need to go here to add a S3 account. I'm saying add new account. This is loading. Then you will type here Amazon S3. You will select this. Then you will fill out this information that you will get the access key, secret key, bucket, and region from your Amazon S3. And then you will click on connect. It will make a connection between your Domo and Amazon S3 bucket account. Then you will use that account here in the dataset backup. If I click on this, create a new job, you will give the job name, description, you will add a filter, who is the owner. So just an example, Sunil Shinde is the owner. You will add your Amazon information here, US East to your S3 account that you have created here. Then export path, where you want this data set to back up to, and the key ID. In the governance toolkit, there is also a very one good feature present, that you can save your run log. So whenever this job will get run, so initially we are asking to create a new data set. Just an example, data set backup log. So when this job run initially, it will create the new data set in Domo instance, that is a dataset backup log, where all the logs information will get stored there, whether it is an error, failure, success, or warning, that all information will get stored there. This is the dataset backup. We will go next to dataset watchdog. I do not have more information about dataset watchdog. So let's go ahead to enterprise data copy. Enterprise data copy is something that you want to pull your development instance, or for example, you have a parent instance and a child instance. So you want to pull the data from your child instance to parent instance, or parent instance to child instance. That you can do from enterprise data copy. So to use this, you also need to create the account again here. You will come here and you need to use the dataset copy account. So you will use this dataset copy. You will add your another user, username, password, and the access token here, and then only you will it will get connect with your second instance. After that, you will come here. You will provide job name, description, the field, the configuration dataset. Let's check how to create a configuration dataset for the enterprise data copy. Then you will add your second instance name here. Then here we have a button whether we want to pull the data or push the data. So this button will decide whether we want to pull or push. Here also we can create a data set to run logs. So we can click on this new data set and we will give the dataset name. Initially run, we'll create the new dataset, and after that whenever we run this job, it will just write the logs to the existing dataset. Enterprise data copy. So you can see the required grants are create custom pipeline process, and the edit dataset log grants are only required to use this governance toolkit feature. So how you can add an access token into the instance, that is the information is present here. How you can create a job that we discussed just now. To create the configuration file that you can see here, we need to create a data set. Whether you can create the in the Excel file on your local machine, or you can also create the DOMO web form inside DOMO. So you can create this data, then you will come to data set, click on connect data, upload spreadsheet, and after that create web form is also present here. Let's me remove this, or you can just type here web form. The DOMO web form will present here. Here also you can add your configuration that is present in this knowledge base article, that is a source data ID and destination data ID. Source dataset ID. The column name should be similar. Then from where you can find the dataset ID. So let me show you. You can also pull the DOMO stats dataset. Under the DOMO stats, there is a report dataset that also you can pull. Then in that dataset, you will get the dataset ID for each and every dataset. And there will be more information also present. So if you open any dataset, for example, this Google Sheet Admission 2024. So if you can see this URL, this is the ID. So starting from E to AFE, this is the dataset ID. So this is my source dataset ID. Let me remove this slash. And you need to provide your destination dataset ID. So after that, it will, so this is your configuration file. You will provide your configuration file here. If you select this configuration dataset, then select the action for your instance. Then here you will select your configuration dataset. Just an example, this is the dataset. So it will get select here. You will provide your another instance. That is example domo.domo.com. And your job will get ready, and you just need to submit it and then run initially. You can also schedule your job by clicking on this scheduling, and you can just schedule your job whether you want to run every day, every week, or every month, or do not schedule if you want to run this manually. Then for the group management is something that you can add multiple users at a time into a specific group. For that also you need to create the configuration file, and then only you can add the users in the specific group. These are the specific required grants to use the group management. You need this information in the configuration file, the user and group. You can add the multiple users or user ID by separating with pipe, and then add the group ID or a group name. Then those all user will get added into the specific group then. So this is a group landing page. This is something different that, for example, uh, Bharat sir is present in two groups. For example, FDP Keystone participants, and there is another group that is a accounting group. Just an example, he is present in two groups. So when we are deciding the landing page, what is the first priority that Bharat sir needs to be land to whenever he logs into the DOMO instance? So at that time, we can create this configuration file. The priority will be 1, 2, 3, 4, the group name, the page ID that we will give in this file, the similar ID that you can take from here, the ID present in the URL. Then if you want the specific user should not land to a specific page ID, instead of that, they can land to the card ID, then you will provide the card ID here. Similarly, that you can create a job, configure your log data set and run the job. Does anyone have any question in this group management or any governance toolkit? Okay, moving ahead. I don't have more information on the observability metrics. Let's check the PDP automation. Uh, Krishna sir and Swati ma'am, can you please tell me, have we covered the PDP?
No, sir, we have not. I think we should go a bit in detail for PDP.
Okay, okay,
That's a very important.
yeah.
Yes,
So
because actually you have given the definition of PDP, but we have not discussed in detail.
okay, so let's discuss now. So this is the data set. If you can see beside to history, we have a PDP. PDP is a personalized data permission where you will create the policies and you will give the dataset access, and you will add groups and people they can access that specific data. We have taken the example of Google Sheet Admission 2024. I will share this dataset with all people. I will just share with group. So that is, I think, Keystone FDP participant. I will give you the can edit access. Close. If I refresh this, you will see all the people with access here. You can see 400 people are there. PDP. How to enable PDP? You can see this button here, enable PDP. Just check this box. It will ask you, uh, you're about to enable row filtering personal data permission for this data set. All DOMO assets to utilize the dataset will be filtered for users according to the policies defined on this page. So the dashboards, cards, they are not the data flows, but yes, dashboards, cards, they will get affected because of this PDP. So for example, I have created a card on this data set. We will create in a minute. Uh, and if the PDP is enabled on this data set, so whoever I will share this card to, if they are in this PDP, they will see the limited data. If they do not have access of this card or data set, then they will not able to see any data on the card. I will check this box. I understand. Enable. Here, default is all rows policy, all data, and all admins and dataset owners. They have access of all rows. Admin can see all rows in the, even if the PDP is enabled. Add policy. I will add policies. Firstly, let's check data, what data is present here. Then we will add a policy. It is loading, I think. Let's refresh this. So we can take example of this program. Let's duplicate this window. Go to PDP and add policy. We will give the policy name as a program BEIT. This is my policy name, BEIT. I will click on this data access, add data button here.
So looks like you're not sharing the screen, or am I not seeing it? I'm sorry.
Oh, I have not stopped shared. Yeah, it is.
It's visible, sir.
Is it
It's
visible?
visible.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not.
it's
Okay, then I will click on column name. I will select this program column. After that, access type is a simple filter. Then add row. I will select BEIT because that is the policy name or that value we want this to filter on. I will click on save. Then I will add group and people here. I will add the specific group. I do not want to add each and every user in this group. I do not want to remove or add 400 users in this group. Okay, I will just add one user, one group here, that is a keystone. I will click on save. You can see all the users, 400 people is added now to policy name equal to, oh sorry, program equal to BEIT, and our policy name is also BEIT. I will click on save. Now, if you want to see the impact of this policy name, then I will click on this I button here. Because I am admin user. Yeah, okay. So it is showing me all the rows for BEIT. But because I am an admin user and I am a owner of this data set, therefore I can see all the data in this data set. Can anyone from a participant can go and check this data set? I'm putting the link in chat. Please open this data set and check whether you can see all rows or the limited rows. I have just added the link in chat. Or you can just type this Google Sheet admission 2024 test and open this data set. Can you please let me know whether you can see only the BEIT rows in this data set? Swati ma'am, we need Do we need to share the feedback link?
Yeah, I'll do it in the next session.
Okay, I have just received a message.
I'll share in the last session.
Okay. Varas sir or anyone can please confirm. Can you able to see all rows or just a BEIT rows?
Yes, sir. Just checking. It is taking time to load.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So this session is going to end right now, right? So we have attended the sessions. I have attended the session in the first part. In the second part, I might attend it only for half an hour or because we have lectures and reviews going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if somewhere if I miss the feedback link, how should I provide the feedback?
Swati ma'am, can you answer this, please?
Yeah, we will provide it into the next session. I'll provide a link of day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, all the links in the next session.
Yes, ma'am, you will provide it, but if by chance if I miss the chat box, then if I have something in parallel running, and if I miss to take it from the chat box, from where will I get the link later on?
Uh, Today, you're going to connect in the next session. Na? You can just copy paste it. Or which day link you have missed, ma'am?
Yesterday's link we have missed.
Today's link I have not shared. I have shared only day 1, day 2, day 3.
Day 3 we have missed.
Day 3 you have missed. I'll just share in the chat box. Day 3. Okay.
Right now, are you sharing?
Yeah, right now I'm sharing.
Okay,
Yeah. Day 4 I'll share in the next session.
okay.
Okay.
Sir, only BEIT is visible now.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes, so that means our PDP is working correctly. So now let's move to governance toolkit again. So just click on this. Okay. Okay. So what PDP automation will do, so just an example, now we have added the PDP on one data set and it at least took 4 or 5 minutes. Just an example, if you want to add a PDP on 100 of data set, at that time you will use the PDP automation, this governance toolkit. You will create the configuration data set and just add that configuration data set in this PDP automation tool. Uh, and it will apply the PDP based on your configuration dataset to all those dataset. It will create the policies. It will add the users and group in that dataset. In that dataset, and yes, it also can create the run log job dataset as well. So you just need to give the job name, description. You need to give the you need to select your configuration data set. Would you like to handle the orphan PDP policies? Means that means do you want to handle the PDP policies that are already present on the data set, or do you want to delete it? So by default is skip. I will always recommend do not delete any PDP policies. Those are already present because we don't know why they have already created. If they are for any production use or not, we don't know. Whether you want to run this job in the current instance or any remote instance, that you can also select here. If I select the remote instance, then yes, you need to provide your again the instance name and the account that we just saw for the last PDP, the dataset, that enterprise data copy, that we how you can create the dataset copy account here, that you need to link here. For the current instance, then it will run in the same instance then. Let's check in the KB article how you can create the configuration file. For the configuration dataset, you need to create these columns, the target dataset ID, what can be the policy name, the policy column, the user ID or group ID or email, the value that you want to apply means from the column, what value you want to select. If there are multiple users or values are present, they can be get separated by pipe. The custom filters that you can also apply, that is, for example, filter option can also get include greater than equal to, less than and less than equal to, between and begins with. So when using between, the two values must be get separated by and multiple values will get separated by pipe. So this is how you can create your PDP configuration dataset. If I can zoom in little bit. Then you can add your target dataset ID, policy name, policy column, the users and values. This is the another that it value can get separated by pipe, and you can also add the this kind of values as well. And the custom filter are greater than equal to, less than equal to. That means for in the ID, the value will be greater than 1. In the ID, the value can be greater than equal to 2, less than 3, less than equal to 4. This kind of policy also you can create. So this the PDP automation will save you a lot of time when you just add this configuration file in your governance toolkit job, and then in the backend it will run automatically. The tag management will help. So for example, in your instance, there are thousand of data set, and now you want to clean your instance and you want to remove some data set. At that time, you will use this tag management governance toolkit, and what it will do, it will create tags for your data set. So based on tags, you will decide whether you want to remove the dataset or not. How you want to decide whether you want to remove the dataset or not? If that dataset is not used in any data flow, if that on that dataset there is no card present, there is no scheduled report present, there is no dashboard is present on top of that card. If that is card is not viewed from last 90 days or more, at that time you can decide that card or that data set needs to be deleted. How you can create this job? You just need to give the job name. Tag setting is owner. I have selected my name, Sunil Shinde. Type, dataset type is ODBC. The tagging that I have selected here is a dataset lineage, means it will check the dataset lineage whether there is a card present, data flow present for these policies. If you want to add any other policies on the tagging, you can select here the dataset certification, owner email, owner inactive, owner title, or a dataset state. Then you can also add here. Apply these tags to whether you want to apply this tag on only on a dataset or data flow. You can select here where you want to run this job on a remote instance or in a in a current instance, that you can select from here setting. And yes, uh, where would you like to save the run job logs? I have selected this tag log test. For the initial run, I created this data set, and now when I open this changed to existing data set tag log test. So when I run this job, so let me open this log data set and let me go back to ODBC type of data set that is owned by me. And when I click on this filter button here, this will open this option where I will select type is equal to ODBC. So you can see for this, the tag management governance toolkit job have added these tags. Child data set, child data flow, child data set is 0, child data flows are 0, and child cards are also 0. You can also add additional tags by clicking on this add tag, and you can add ETL or any tag you want. You can also create a tag. Just type here that is a ODBC dataset and click on create new tag. This will create the tag. If you want to remove the tag, just click on this X and this will remove the tag from your dataset. Okay, just to verify, here it is saying child dataset is 0, child data flows are 0, child cards are 0. So we will go to lineage button here and we will check whether this information is correct or not. Yes, so data lineage, this data set is not powering any data set, data flow, cards, or alerts. Yes, so we can decide if this data set is not getting used anywhere, so we can remove this data set. So how to remove it? You can just click on this three dot, and from here you can delete this data set. Does anyone have any question on this tag management? No? Okay, let me show you how.
Sir,
Go ahead.
sir, these tags are the same ones that we get an option to add while creating a dashboard or a data set. Same ones, right?
Yes, same ones. But yes, it will get created automatically here in the tag management. The child data set 0 that we have just seen, it is getting created by this tag management automatically.
Okay.
That was not that I have created.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to tag logs test. So this is the log data set. So this is type is tag management. This is the data provider type that is created by DOMO. When you run the job, this data set is get created. So you can see the job ID, job name, execution, when the execution request start, end. So first row was error. Therefore, you can see this blank information. You can also see status is error. So if you want to see the message, let's copy this, go here, paste. You can see user found does not match the users requested. Please remove any duplicated usernames found to request one. So that was the error. So I resolve this error. And after that, when I run this job, tag management job again, then it executed successfully. So job ID is similar because I am running same job. The execution ID is different now. So you can see this is the two data set ID. It is calling it as resource ID. This is the data set name. So we are using policy type as a data lineage, and tags that it have created are child card 0, child data flow 0, data set 0, and the status is success. So this is the detailed information we can see in the logs. Does anyone else have any question? Okay. Uh, Moving ahead to triggered reports. So let me show you how to create a scheduled report. A scheduled report is another important feature. So for example, the customer requirement is on every Monday at 8 a.m. I should receive the FDP demo dashboard over an email. I do not want to go every day on at 8 a.m. to this DOMO instance and open this dashboard and go through each and every card and check this. I want this to be automated. At that time, what we will do, we will come to this dashboard. If you can see my cursor on the right hand side, we have a share menu button. You will click on this and you will click on this schedule as report. When you when you select this schedule as report, this window will appear. Here you will select what will be my email subject. Do you want to send report on daily basis, so or weekly basis? I will select weekly. On every Monday at 8 a.m. IST, I want the start date from today, that is 19 September, and end date can be September 22. And who will be the recipient? The recipient you can only add from DOMO instance only. So I will select here, for example, Varad Deshpande at, or I can select directly group Keystone FDP participant. So it will send this report to all 400 users. So this is enabled. And if I click on this schedule, it will, you all might have received an email. Can you please verify if you have received an email or not?
No email, sir.
It might take time. Okay, meanwhile, we can check this. How you can create the report here in the triggered report. What triggered report is, whenever the data set is updated or any alert is getting triggered, at that time it can send this scheduled report. So we will just select this new job, add the job name. I will select this FDP demo as an example. I will click on next. Then here you can select on which alert trigger or on which data set update this job will get triggered to. So I will select this test data set, just an example. And what will be my save run logs? So I will create new and testing. It will create this new job and we will save this, submit this information. So whenever the test data set will get updated, at that time this job will get trigger. We just need to enable it, so it will automatically run. Does anyone have any question on this?
No, sir.
Okay. The user management is something that you will add the multiple users. You can remove multiple users by just configuring the data set, and you just need to create a job here and you can just add a user and remove user from your instance. The virtual data set is somewhat similar to the enterprise data copy, where you will create the virtual data set on your remote instance. So for example, you're sending data set from your domo training keystone dash high end dot domo.com. From this instance, you will send the data set to your remote instance as the non-materialized data set. They will be a virtual data set. So if that data set will get deleted from your this instance, they will get deleted from your remote instance as well. That is the virtual data set. Oh, this is our the all governance toolkits are present here. Does anyone have any question on this?
Nothing's on the chat.
Okay, we'll take it as a no then. We still have 20 minutes. So let's go. Yesterday, we missed the SQL data flow and dataset view part. So let's go through that. So I will use this date table, just an example. We just check the data. So we just have a date here. Okay. Now, how to create the SQL data flow? You can create from data as well. Just go back and transform data. Select SQL transform. Do not select adrenaline transform, because this we will use when we have more than 100 millions of rows. Select SQL transform. This will open this window. Provide your data flow name. I will provide as a df date range test. We will select the data set. Just remove the filter from here. We will select date table. Choose data set. It will load data into this transformation engine. Add transform. Here we have a two option present. One is a table, another one is a SQL. So when you will select a table, it will give you the output in a table format, row and column format. That is when you use a select statement. So select statement will get used in the table. And if you are writing a stored procedure or function at that time, you will select this SQL. The non-select statement will get used in this SQL here. So let's, for example, we will use this SQL and we will add the transformation as alter table date table, and then rename column date to TT. Run SQL. Okay, we are missing syntax something. Let me check just a second.
Sir, semicolon.
Oh, okay. No, we are missing something. Oh, there is no to present. Okay. Oops. Okay, so two will get used in a PostgreSQL because we are using the MySQL. Therefore, it will be a change, not a rename column. Let's use this drop column date, run SQL. You can't delete all the columns in the alter table use drop because we just have a date column. Therefore, it will not get drop from the data set. Let's use another data set then. You can click on this range icon here, click on edit, or I'm sorry, just delete, select data set. We will select this data set. When you click on it, you can see the basic preview of the data, the select columns. If you want to add index into this data set, then you can add index also, so it can execute faster. This is the preview of the data set. So I want to change the application ID to just app ID. We'll add a transform, or I can just drop that column. Alter table FE. So you can see the name is changed here. So actual name is different, but when you are writing into the SQL data flow, it will automatically make it to the lowercase and add underscore between the spaces. So wherever the space is present, it will add the underscore there. And I will just drop column the application ID. So you can see the for the column name, it have added the backtick on front and back of the column name. Also for the data set, just add a semicolon, run SQL. Why it is not running? Not getting it. Why it is not running? Yes, executed successfully. Then you can just, I'm just showing you for an example purpose. We can add an output data set. So we can just give it as name as select star from FE 520 semicolon. Then you will give your output data set name here. Just click on this pencil icon and give the name as DS SQL FE 520 2025 score 26 test. Run SQL. This will run your SQL command, and you can see the application ID is deleted, is not present here. But to check in detail, we will run this data flow. How to run this data flow? Just click on this arrow, down arrow button beside to save and run. And every time that I mentioned yesterday also, every time you edit the data flow, you are saving and running again. Every time add the description. So whoever is coming to your data flow, they will get to know what changes you have made. Oh, this is my initial run, therefore I'm just adding an initial run. A SQL data flow runs a little bit slower than Magic ETL. Therefore, we always recommend to use the Magic ETL because it executes faster. And you can also convert this SQL data flow into a magic ETL. Just need to come here, click on this three dot and edit as a magic ETL. So your SQL data flow will get converted into a magic ETL and all your transformation will get added into a SQL tile. Well, let's check the output data set now. Go to the data. If you want to check the schema, if you can see my cursor, just come here on this icon. You can click. That is a vertical line, three lines and three dots. Just click on this. You will check the schema. I will check for application ID. The no column is present because it got dropped when we wrote that query. Come back to this table. You will see this data. If you want to see the stats, just click on this button. It will show you the stats of every column. If you want to see the more control, so just click on this button. This will show you the null handling, advanced and basics. If you want the decimal precision, so default is 2 present in DOMO, but if you want to set to, for example, 10, so for each integer or floating point number, it will add 10 decimals. Does anyone have any question on this SQL data flow? No? Okay. Now I will quickly show you how to, okay, sir, have you already showed them how to create dataset view? So I will not cover that then.
No, we have not done data set view. We have only done dashboard and apps.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then I will show them. How you can create a dataset view. Open any dataset. For example, let's take example of this same similar dataset here. FE5 2025 2026. You click on this, open with the View Explorer. This will open your dataset view. So dataset view is a non-materialized dataset it will create. So that is a virtual dataset. Whenever your source dataset will get update or run, this dataset view will automatically get updated again. This is again type of transformation you will perform in this dataset view. So here on top, you can see the buttons we have: filter, group by, sort, and limit. You can change the arrangement of your column as well. Like here, you can see these buttons are present with the dots. You can change the arrangement. Like I will just put this gender column on top. So it will show me like this. And if I want to remove any column, for example, I want to remove this date of birth. So I will click on this three dots and I will click on this remove. So it will remove the column from this data set then. Not from the original data set, but data set view that we are creating.
Sunil sir, can we
Yes.
quickly discuss in brief why exactly do we need a dataset view rather than a dataset as such?
Okay, so I will not go on a credit side. But yes, so if you know that dataset view, you want to create, if there is any less transformations are present in your dataset on your transformation. So for example, if you just want to do the join of two table, at that time, we will go to this dataset. We will add one more dataset. Just an example, we will add any dataset here. For example, activity log, and we will just select the columns on which we can perform join, and here we can perform left, right, and inner join. So if this much of transformation is only needs to be done, then no need to create the data flow again in a magic ETL, or use the transformation engine that is taking that is taking some time to load. Dataset view is much more faster, whenever your input dataset get updated or run, it will automatically trigger your dataset view and it will execute faster. And this is again the non-materialized dataset. So you are not saving actually the physical rows on your DOMO instance. You're saving your virtual or non-materialized rows on your DOMO instance. And yes, if you just want to filter any columns, so for example, I will filter on a like Christian. So it will just show me this much of data. If I want to do only this much of information I want to show in the data set, then yes, I will use the dataset view then. And also, if you want to do any custom calculation on your data set, if you want to add any column and therefore you are creating the magic ETL data flow, instead of that, you can create the dataset view. Here you can add a column as well, like add column, create calculate column. So this will be, so this is your beast mode view. Here you can write your case statement. So for example, case when course name equal to IT, or then keep else drop end test valid and create calculate field. So if I come here and I can show you on the right hand side, the column will be present there. You can see this column is again created here and the values are present. If you just want to do this much of transformation, so instead of creating a magic ETL, you can create on the dataset view as well. So this new calculate field is present on your dataset. The beast mode that you create on a card is present on a card level. That column you cannot see in the dataset. The column, the calculate field in you created in a dataset view that is present on your dataset. So I will click this save as, just use this as a name, that is a dataset view. Test, save. Now this is your dataset. Go to the data and you will see only this much of information. That will be only 3 or 4 rows present there. So dataset view have faster execution. If your transformation is not much complex, then I will always recommend to use a dataset view instead of the magic ETL or SQL data flow. Does anyone have any question on this dataset view? I will stop share that much of content that we want to discuss today. Does anyone have any question? Just check in chat.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. That was all I want to cover today. Yes.
Thank you, Sunil sir. It's a very informative session and it's very well explanatory. So thank you so much. Thank you, Krishna sir. So we'll be connecting at 2 o'clock or maybe 2:10.
Okay.
So we'll start at 2:10 p.m. for
Okay.
our next session. Okay.
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.